All right. We'll see if we've started streaming. I'm going to take a look and see what I see. All right, I think we've started streaming. Okay. We're live. It's been a minute since I've done this, but thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. It's been a little while since I've done any kind of video on this channel, and the reason that I'm doing this live stream right now is to tell you why. And then maybe afterwards I'll answer some questions that have been submitted to my channel recently. So without any further ado, let's go get it. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So my name's Ivan, and this channel is pretty much reserved for questions that you guys submit to me about technology stuff. And excuse me, I should have drank some water before this. About 3 months ago, I was diagnosed with a non-cancerous brain tumor called a meningioma, and I talked a little bit about it in my last video. So that diagnosis was 3 months ago. 2 months ago, I released this video here. 10 things no one tells you to prepare before you or a loved one passes away. And the reason that I made that video, well, actually, if you want to know why I made that video, you can go ahead and watch that video there. But the upshot was I wanted to share some things that I was thinking about and things that you might want to consider if you or someone you love was facing a situation where you weren't sure what was going to happen on the other side. So I made that video, and then about 2 months ago, so on June 17th, I went in for brain surgery. So let me show you let me show you what I saw that that led me to be concerned. So this right here is the front view of me from an MRI. And so it's reversed. So what you see on your left is as if you were looking directly across the table at me. So that was on the right, inside of my skull, just above my brain. That's a meningioma, non-cancerous tumor. It was pressing down on my brain. This is the top-down view, where you can see that it was kind of sizable. This image here says 70.3 millimeters, and you can use your translation app of choice if you want to change it into inches or centimeters or whatever it is. So on June 17th, I went in and had surgery to remove this thing from the inside of my skull. This is what happened afterwards. They actually made a space so they could reach in, take the thing out, then they closed me up again. And here's the before and after. On the left, you can see a top down of what the mass looked like. And on the right, you can see what it looked like after they went in and took out the stuff that wasn't supposed to be there. So needless to say, I was I was relieved. You could say I had a lot on my mind before this, or as one of my coworkers told me, you've been trying to wrap your mind around this for a long time, right? So anyway, insert whatever dad joke you like. They went in, they took everything out, and now it's been roughly about 8 weeks or so since that surgery, and I can tell you these last few weeks have been kind of recovery time and whatnot. So I haven't been making as many videos as usual, but I have been thinking about YouTube quite a bit. So what I'd like to do right now is I'm going to pause and see, is there anyone watching? Probably not, because this is an unannounced live stream. I just decided to do this just because I was interested in seeing whether whether I could remember how. This is my second live stream. It's been a minute since I've done this. Let's see. All right, I'm just checking to see if anyone's watching. I think it's just me. Well, if you're watching after the fact, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. So what I'm going to do now, since this channel isn't really about all of my health stuff, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of context if you're interested in knowing why it's been so long since I've uploaded a video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to my channel view. let's see, this right here. And I'm going to take a look at some of the recent questions people have submitted to me about videos I've uploaded in the past. And I'll just answer them now. And I'll probably also answer them in the browser too, so that the folks get a notification. All right, so let's go here to the little bell and see. I'd like to take, let's see, I'd like to use multiple songs for a family slideshow, for a longer family slideshow. How do I use multiple songs? So a while back, actually, I think we can see it here. If we scroll down a little bit, you'll see that some of my popular videos, if I click here on popular, have been about slideshows, creating slideshows for the Mac, creating slideshows, iOS 17, and so forth. So this question is related to this one. How do I create a slideshow for the Mac? And I did touch on it. So the question is how to use more than one song in a slideshow. So let me go ahead and open up. I'm going to open up the Photos app, which is how you use or how you create slideshows on the Mac if you're using the built-in software. And because I don't have the Photos app running right now, I'm going to hold the Option key. And then when I click on the Photos app, assuming that I can do this, let me see. So let me quit my Photos app here. And oh, look at that, I've hidden everything. This is what I get for learning how to live stream without practicing. Okay, so here we go. So I hold the Option key and I click on the Photos app, and this allows me to pick a library. So in that video that I showed you guys about how to create a slideshow with your Mac, I mentioned that you can create another library so that you don't mix in a bunch of unrelated photos that you don't care about. If you're the person like I am, who often helps people create slideshows for special events, you can create a new library by holding the Option key and clicking on Photos if it isn't already open. And so I've done that. I actually have my system photo library, which is where all of my real photos belong. But then I've got some other libraries that I've used in the past for slideshows. So let me go ahead and bring this window up here, and then let's see if, okay, good. So this is the Photos app. I'm gonna make this a little smaller here. Here's some projects. Here's the vacay slideshow that I created. And to answer that question of how do you do more than one song, I'm going to go here over to the right and see that I've created the slideshow. I've got 3 buttons here on the right hand side. The first one is the theme that you're using, which this one's using the classic theme. The second one is the music note, which lets you pick the music. And the third one is timing, which lets you control how fast the slides advance and whether or not it repeats, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But that's all in that other video. So here you can see I have 2 songs that are selected. And if I wanted to change the order or remove one, I could hit the little X here to remove one. And if I click the little music note, let me see, if I click here, oh, it's music library. If I expand the little music library, I can see all of the music that's available in the music app on my Mac. Now, there are a couple of caveats here when you want to use songs that are on your Mac. The first is that the song has to actually be on your Mac. So if you use iTunes Match to like have your own private collection of music and audio files saved into Apple's cloud, you have to download a copy of that song to your Mac first before it'll be available to play in the slideshow. The second thing is you can't use any of the streaming songs that are available in Apple Music. And I explain that in some of my other videos. If you're interested, you can kind of poke around and find them. And if I think about it, after this live stream, I'll come back to the description of this video and I'll put them into the description as well as maybe in a comment so you guys have quick access to them. So if this is a purchased song and it's saved locally to your Mac, you can use it as a song in your photo slideshow. Now, what'll sometimes happen is if you go to the music app, you download the audio file, the song that you want to use, and you're entitled to use it because it's not a streaming copy, you may discover that it's still not showing as available in the Photos app. In that case, you just quit Photos, wait a few seconds, launch the Photos app again. And then when you come back here to music, you should be able to pick that song one more time. And then as soon as you click it, you can see up here now under selected music, I have 2 songs that are chosen. And you can see these 2 are grayed out here, and that's because either they're streaming copyrighted, like Apple Music track songs that I don't have any right to use, or maybe I've purchased them, but I don't have them downloaded to my Mac right now. So let me see if there are any others that are not grayed out. Here's another one. I can click this one here, and as you can see now, I've got a 3-minute song, a 3-minute and 48-second song, and then a 5-minute and 39-second song. So it is possible to use more than one song with your slideshow. I usually don't recommend it though, because what I find is depending on the occasion, once one song finishes, that's sort of a cue to the audience that the presentation is wrapping up. And so people tend to get a little bit restless because they think the slideshow is about to end. Then another song begins, and then they have to kind of settle back down to watch for however long the next segment is supposed to be. So in general, I try and use just a single song and squeeze as many photos as I can into that song so that I don't disrupt the expectations of the people in my audience. So I hope that makes sense. Let me go ahead and hide that, and let's bring back our website and take a look. So let me see, did I give her an answer? Yes, so I have to give her the link to this thing a little bit later. So I'll give her the link to this a little bit later. Okay, next here. Hey, Game Subster. So that first one was C. Tennyson 5. Hey, C. Tennyson 5, thank you for dropping the comment. The next one is Game Subster. Thank you, thank you. I'm happy that you enjoyed the video. Is there any way to export a slideshow as MP4? That's a good question. So why don't I do this? Why don't I go back to the Photos app, since I was just in a slideshow, and why don't I remove a couple of these extra things, because I don't want to make a slideshow that's super long like that. And why don't I go here to File and Export Slideshow. That's how you spit out a slideshow. And there are several different formats you can choose. Standard definition, which is 480p, that's for old school TVs from long, long ago. High definition, 720p. In the world of 4K, that's going to look really blurry to us. So 1080p is the best that we can do right now. There are other ways to try and get a higher quality slideshow out of your Photos app, which we can talk about another time. But for now, I tend to recommend 1080p. If people are sharing on their phones, most of the time the extra 4K or higher resolution doesn't really matter so much, because these small devices, you know, you got to hold them so close to your face before you can even see the pixels, if your eyes are even that good. And as you can see here, mine aren't as good as they used to be. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Let me see. Let me go ahead and export this. That's going to spit out a video. And while it's spitting it out, I'm just going to bring this out of the way here. And I'm going to look and see that, yeah, the format that it's going to spit it out in is an M4V file, which is a different kind of video format. The question that I was asked was, is there a way to get it as an MP4? And the answer to that is yes, but you need other software to do that. So on the Mac, if you've purchased it, I think it's $50. There's an app called Compressor, and Compressor allows you to take different kinds of videos and audio files and re-encode them in other formats. So MP4 is one of those, and that's what I do. I actually have the Compressor app here. I bought it once years and years and years ago, and I haven't had to pay for any of the updates since, and that's what I use. So I'll take an M4V or an MOV or some other video format, I'll throw it in a Compressor, and I'll tell Compressor, spit this out as an MP4 file, and that's fine. There are other apps that are out there that do that. I don't happen to know any off of the top of my head, but typically video re-encoding requires another app. So, oh, let me see. Did I give him an answer? I did. That's the answer I gave him. Boom. All right, let's take a look at the next one here. We've got from Sneaks01, how can I adjust the duration of pics I have chosen in the show? And so this video is actually related to or actually the video that they're commenting on is the one about iOS 18, kind of a walkthrough. So let me see if I have it here. This one, slideshow walkthrough. Now, what I've got here, I think, if I go here to latest, I've got here what they removed, what Apple removed. This one answers the question. Let me go ahead and share that and copy the link here. So let's go back to this question here. Sneaks. So the picture, see, the default seems so fast. And then I'll say here, unfortunately, Apple, removed the ability for us to change slide durations in iOS and iPad OS 18. Hopefully, and I haven't run the public beta of iOS or iPad OS 26 yet, or even Mac OS 26, but I'll be taking a look at those when they drop officially. I try not to do the beta software because things can change between beta and final. But when the final versions are released, I'll take a look at those and see whether or not Apple has put back any of the features that we missed, that they removed when they upgraded to iOS and iPad OS 18. Hopefully they don't take anything away from Mac OS 26, because the Mac OS version of the Photos app and slideshows has been largely unchanged for quite a while now. I can't even remember how many years. It feels like at least 7, if not longer. Okay, so hopefully we get some features added back with iOS and iPad OS 26 in September. Boom. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Oh, before we do that, we will, here's a video that shows what they removed. Boom, paste, reply. Okay, let's see, let's do another one. Let's see, David Wild 1379. My iPhone 16 does not have show home controls. I did not find screen recording, even search in settings. Where might it be? And this has to do with Control Center, I believe. And so let me launch an app here, Reflector, so that I can share my my iPhone screen, so you can see what the heck we're talking about here. Let's see, iPhone, where might it be? Yeah, so we're gonna turn this here. Let's see. Please bear with me. No, I don't have a bear with me. I'm asking you to hang on a second for me to get my phone screen sharing. Okay, so I've gotten my phone screen sharing, and now I'm going to get my mouse together. I'm going to bring this. Can I bring this to the other screen? Let's see, can I do this? I think I can do that. Does that work? Nope, doesn't work. Let's see, bam. Does that work? It doesn't work. How do I get this to... Oh, I know what to do. I think I know what to do. I think I have to stop. We're going to try one more thing. It's been a minute since I've done this. So let's see. Stop mirroring. And let's see if I can bring this screen. Let's see. Can I just go here? See if I'm focused here, and then I do the sharing. Let's see. Does that work? Boom. Yes. Haha. Okay. So what was the question? Who am I? How did I get here? What is this thing called love? Okay, so we're going to click here, and I'm going to find it again. So iOS does not have a home control. So this, I believe, is talking about the Control Center. Let me see. iPhone 16 does not have a show home controls. Let me see. Did I misunderstand this altogether? Let's see. I did not find screen recordings. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So this relates, this does relate to, okay. Yeah, this does exactly relate to the control center. So let me share my screen one more time and show you what the heck we're talking about here. So in my previous video, I talked about how you could use screen recording to play a slideshow on your phone and then record it so that you could play it, you could then send it to someone else. So if you use screen recording, you can make a video of something that's playing on your phone. But the problem is those options don't appear in the control center by default. The control center is what you get when you pull down from the upper right-hand corner of the screen and you get all of these controls here. Back in the old days, like before iOS 18, you could go to settings and home under your settings to find your control center and you could add controls. But now in this new version of iOS 18, if you press and hold on an empty spot of the control center, you get all of these options here, and one of those is add a control, which you can see at the very bottom. If I choose to add a control, then I can search for all of the controls that are here, and you see their screen recording right there. It looks like a target in the middle of the screen. Or I could type screen, and you can see screen recording right here. Then I can drag this guy or tap it and add it, and now you can see in the lower right-hand corner I have screen recording available to me. So I believe, let me go ahead and tap out of here, and I believe if I go here, I think that's the answer that I gave him. Yes, that's the answer that I gave him, but I just showed you guys. And you know what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll drop a link to this video for him. I'm assuming it's him because it's David Wild, but it could be for them to take a look at it when they have time. So let me go ahead and stop my screen mirroring on my phone and take a look at, let me see, what time is it right now? Okay, you know what? We'll go another 5 minutes unless someone is interested in, wait, let me close this window over here. Got a lot of windows over there. Oh, hey, Laura. Thank you. Thank you. Someone's watching. I appreciate it. Thanks. Bam. Okay. Oh, I guess I should say me too. Me too. Okay. I'm glad I'm feeling better too. Alrighty. So let's see. Let's go back. This is kind of fun for me. I'm talking in a room by myself. Well, I guess with Laura. Laura and me. And I'm just having a good time. Okay. Let's see. My iPhone 16 doesn't... Yeah, so we just did that one. Okay, now we've got Shania2236 to see. Thank you so much. This video covers all my topics I want to know. Good work. Oh, you're very welcome. This is something that's fun for me. Okay, thank you. This is just what I was looking for, and I did make a video several years ago and included music that was muted, and I put it on YouTube. I marked it as private, but... it is still muted. Yeah, YouTube tends to mute any kind of copyrighted songs. So it's this topic of copyrighted material on YouTube and copyright claims and all that stuff. It's a huge, huge topic. Probably too big for us to discuss in the next few minutes. But I will say that the person who owns the copyright of whatever song that you're trying to put into material that you're loading onto YouTube, they get to decide whether your video has to come down altogether, whether the copyrighted portion of your video just gets silenced, or whether they claim any ad revenue instead of you and allow it to go on as, uninterrupted, except that they snag all the revenue. In this case, it looks like the copyright holder chose to just say, you know what, if my copyrighted material is on their video, I don't care, you don't need to take the video down. Just silence my, my music. I don't want it to play anywhere else other than my authorized channels. And so that, I think, is what happened in this case. And it turns out that in YouTube, even if you mark a video as private or as unlisted, so that only the people that you care about can have access to that video, YouTube can still tell that there's copyrighted material in it, even if it's not for public display, and they can still suppress those things. So that is that. Let's see. Oh, Laura, you found me from Michele Wang. I love Michele Wang. I've known Michele for like a long, long time. I mean, I'm not saying she's old. I'm saying I'm old. But yes, she and I used to work together a million years ago at the same company, and she is an amazing, amazing human being. The next time you talk to her, tell her I say hello. As a matter of fact, I'll tell her you say hello. So I appreciate it. That's awesome. Yeah, for those of you, I realize I'm having a one-on-one conversation while the rest of you are watching. So Michele Wang is actually the correct way to pronounce her name. She's Michele, actually no, she's youtube.com/Michele with one L, W-A-N-G 1. This is Michele Wang. She's amazing. She does beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and a smidge of travel mixed in as well. So if you like listening to someone who's entertaining and who just tells you, you know, what they see, what they know, and shares everything, she's great. She's great. And the funny thing is, and maybe it's not the funny thing, it's the reason for her success. When you talk to her in real life and then you go watch one of her videos, it's like you're watching her talk in real life. She's exactly the same in person when the cameras are off as she is when she gets on YouTube and share stuff with you guys. So if you like that, if you want to hear kind of like some upbeat, positive, good stuff, and hang out with one of your friends, Michele Wang. Hey, Michele. All right, so let me see. Alrighty, I think that's enough for now. Laura, since you're in pride of place here, is there anything that you would like to ask me technology-wise? Or not? I mean, I can also do dad jokes on demand. That's sort of like my hobby. Yes, Michele Wang, super genuine, super fun to watch. As a matter of fact, she's hidden me in one of her videos. I want to say from like a year and a half ago. It's been a little while. I don't remember the exact episode that I appeared in, but we went to brunch. We ended up at IHOP, and we had a nice breakfast together. Okay, so I'm going to count it down, and going once, going twice, going 3 times. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching this video. Thank you, Laura, for interacting with me while I'm doing this thing live. I'm going to go back and collect timestamps for each of the things, the questions that I answered. And I'm going to drop them into the description so that later on, if you guys stumble across this video, you can jump directly to the section you want. And I'll also go through and grab those timestamps and send the answers that I provided. I'll just respond to the comments from people who asked me those questions with a link to the video so they don't have to go stumbling around to find them. In any case, thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And let me know in the comments if you think I should do more of these. This has been kind of fun for me. I'm just sort of talking to myself and then noticing every so often that someone's dropped a comment, which is great. And I could probably do this all day. I could probably do this every day. But let me know. Is this something that I should do again on any kind of a regular basis, like once a week, once every few days, once a month? I think my channel, if I go up here to the top, yeah, my channel is coming up on 3,000 subscribers shortly. So maybe what I'll do is when I get close to 3,000, well, I guess I'm close to 3,000 now, but when I hit 3,000, I'll come back on and I'll do another live stream. And based on the comments you guys leave me, that'll let me know whether I should do more. Yes, I have enjoyed all of the lives that I've participated in, and you're absolutely right, Laura. Lives are always fun. So with that, I'll let you guys get back to your... It's Wednesday here right now as of this recording. At least in Pacific time it is. I think some of you might already be on Thursday. But you guys have a great rest of your week. Talk to you soon. And I'm going to figure out how to stop the stream. Here it is.